back, everyone, to another episode of Practical Spirituality for Everyday Magic. I'm your host, Dinah Lee Woodall. Today, we're going to be talking about empaths, all you guys out there that identify as either empathic. I don't need these on. Take my earplugs out of my ears so I can actually hear myself. I've been listening to an audiobook. Empaths, are you a target of E.V.s? And no matter how you identify yourself, if you identify as empathic, as you identify as a healer, as a highly sensitive person, you are sensitive to energy, okay? And I mentioned something in my last video about, and if you're listening on iTunes right now, you can go to YouTube and to my channel, which I'll put the link in the show notes here, so that you can see that. But I alluded to the fact that empaths, I believe, are targeted. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. I'm really tired right now. Did not sleep well. I had a emotional roller coaster of a day yesterday. It started out fine. I did a 3-mile walk/jog interval training. Felt good. Chatted with my daughter, and actually 2 of my daughters, and decided to just hang out and relax. And I was listening to this book that I got, and got overwhelmed. Just too much information. I was in information overload, and decided to watch a movie on Netflix or Amazon Prime or something. And I just almost immediately got emotional and started just boo-hooing. By the end of the movie, I'm sobbing. I've got mascara all over my face, and I'm like, what the hell is going on right now? Well, there was a bunch of conjunctions in astrology over the weekend. The Black Moon, Lilith, in some kind of conjunction or with Pluto, which transforms and all that. And I end up just crying and crying. And then I went through it again this morning. Woke up at 3 o'clock or 3:30. I don't fight it when I wake up. I used to fight it all the time. Now I just get up and just start my day, because usually there's something that I need to pay attention to, or there's a download coming or whatever. Occasionally I can make myself go back to sleep, but a lot of times I just go ahead and give up. I used to get angry about it. I don't get angry about it anymore. I just accept it, and that helps me deal with that a lot. But actually started going back through it again this morning. So if you had an emotional day yesterday, something was going on in some part of your chart. So either how you feel about yourself, how you have fun, how you can go all around in the different houses. Well, this conjunction for me took place in my 7th house of relationships. So all this stuff that happened 9 years ago and was coming out. And again, just when you think you've fully healed from a heartbreaking experience, and you find out, oh no, there's still stuff in there. And all of our emotional stuff eventually gets stored in the spine. So I am still trying to heal from the fall I had in November, so this is good stuff. The book that I was listening to today by Christiane Northrup, called Goddesses Never Age, it's a little bit, I'm not quite there yet, but I was just curious about it. It's, it's okay so far. She has given out a few little nuggets of wisdom, in my opinion, and one of them was something that just flew out of my brain. I can't remember at all what I was going to say. But it was about tears. It was about that our tears are like holy water. So it washes away the pain. It washes away the quote unquote sin, which, I don't believe there's anything. I don't believe that you can sin against God. I believe that, like Neil Donald Walsh said in his book, Conversations with God, the only sin is against ourselves. Okay. So that's a whole other story. And I can explain it someday later if you haven't read that book. I don't want to go off on a side tangent like I do. I get distracted and I start going into story that links to another story that links to another story. And then 30 minutes later, I finally come back to my original point. So let's talk about you guys, you empaths, light workers, healers, and highly sensitive people. I'm opening the empowerment portal soon, and this whole thing is geared towards you guys, towards you, for people just like you, for people like me that seem to have issues in the same life areas over and over, and we cannot see why. So this is the reason why I want to talk about empaths today. So let's go ahead and go. I mentioned something about empaths, highly sensitive people, and light workers being targeted. Okay, and I want to explain a little bit more about what I meant by that. First of all, let me just tell you what my definition of an empath or highly sensitive person is. It's basically someone whose soul is connected to source, connected to divinity, connected to God, okay? And you receive your life force energy directly from God, as do most of the population, but you actually have the way that you're designed, as the way that your soul is designed, along with elevated consciousness, but also the way that your energy centers or chakra system is designed. You actually give off an immense amount of light, okay? And you may not even be aware of this light, okay? But you are also extremely open to the energies that surround you. Now, I believe that you are probably born this way, but throughout your life, you may develop that more. You may start to learn what a certain feeling that you pick up actually means. With, repetition, if you pay attention, you can actually develop that as a gift when you pay more and more and more attention to the energies that surround you and what certain qualities of energy feel like and what that usually implies, okay? And you can do that, you can practice with it, and then you're able to accurately avoid situations that maybe you really don't want to find yourself in, okay? So you can use that. But what I meant by targeted is that there is a small percentage of the population that does not actually get their life force energy from God or from source. They get it from other people or through their environment. And a lot of times we may call these people energy vampires, or in psychology, a lot of time we call them, they have a condition called narcissistic personality disorder, okay? Not everyone, though, with narcissistic personality disorder is cut off from divine source, okay? And this is a spiritual phenomenon. This is not something that happens to them. This is something that they choose to do through making negative choices over and over and over and over, okay? Usually throughout many lifetimes. Now, I read souls. I do readings for people and coach them and advise them on what their divine gifts are and how to use those to manifest more of what they want in the world and manifest less of what they don't want. So you know what to do, you also know what not to do, okay? This is only for people who are connected to source. If someone has disconnected their soul from divinity, I can't do anything with that person. I'm unable to do a reading for that person. I can just say, well, I'm not able to access that soul's record at this time, and I may not know the reason. Either the soul doesn't want to be read for, or it's hiding something, or whatever. And that does happen. So if you have a family member, such as a partner, a live-in partner, a spouse, or a child that you are concerned with, I can always do a reading on them as long as they are your child or it is someone living in your home. It can even be a roommate living in your home. I can do a reading for you on that person because what they do affects you because you share a household. So it is your business. Anybody else, exes and all that stuff, none of our business, okay? So that what I mean by, let me get back to the point, right? What I mean by targeted is that these folks who have successfully cut themselves off from source have a knack for finding the light workers in the world, finding the empaths in the world, finding the highly sensitive people in the world, because they give off so much light. Now, can they visibly see it? No, they may not even be aware of exactly what it is that they're being attracted to, but they are attracted. It's like they can pick someone out in the room and just know. They just know. Other times they may not really know, and so they go around and try to have conversations with many people throughout the week, and most people are going to pick up on something pretty quickly, that there's something off with this person, something doesn't feel right with this person, and they won't engage them, in conversation or not for very long. Whereas empaths, light workers, and highly sensitives are usually going around trying to give, or not even trying, but giving as much as they can, as often as they can. Why? Because it makes you feel good. If you're the empath, if you're the light worker, if you're a healer, if you're highly sensitive, what makes you feel good is giving. What makes you feel good is helping. Okay, what makes you feel good is helping other people feel good, or helping other people work through their problems. Now, this is it seems selfless, okay? And this isn't a judgment or whatever, because I am also empath, highly sensitive and all that. You probably have a problem receiving, okay? Like receiving directly from people. So this is your sort of covert selfish, which is not a bad thing. I'm not judging. This is your sort of selfish way of receiving indirectly, okay? You receive a good feeling about yourself when you help. You receive a positive feeling. have a good feeling when you help someone. Where it goes really, really, really wrong is if you go into martyrdom, if you don't have any boundaries, and if you don't recognize that when you spend time around one of these types of people, that you're going to feel very tired. You may feel frustrated. You may notice that you cannot have fun with this person. You can't really enjoy yourself with this person. You can't really let go or let your hair down with some of these people. Life just isn't fun around these types of people. It's almost like there's always this hidden motive that is somewhat intangible, but you know it's there. It's like something's going on beneath the surface. They may seem too mysterious, right? They may ask too many questions about you, but don't reveal much about themselves, or the stuff that they do reveal is very mysterious, okay? But here's the important part of this whole message is, if you continue to waste time with these folks that are targeting you for your light, you're going to miss the good stuff, right? I know many of you, all you want to do is be loved. That's all you want, is to be able to open your heart, love, and be loved in return, right? Just like the movie Moulin Rouge, love and be loved in return. But do not cast your pearls before swine. Don't give your wisdom away. Don't give your life force energy away, okay? Don't try to fix somebody. They are where they're supposed to be, unless they're paying you. You know, if you are working in some kind of healing type business, then you can help them because they're paying you to help them. But if they're not paying you, then don't put someone else's needs before yourself. It's almost like an addiction to helping people. Like, you just can't help yourself, or you may find that you automatically do it without even thinking. You automatically offer. If you do something that you know is going to help someone, you automatically offer. I'm still trying to break my habit of that. I will hear stuff come out of my mouth during conversations and my face-to-face clients. It's like, what are you doing? What are you talking about? So, and I just don't have enough time to do all the stuff that I would love to be able to do with people or for people. I mean, I'm a busy girl. So just look out for that. That you're not spending your life force energy, which is just like money. Think of your life force energy as a currency, okay? That you're not burning the currency that you have. That's for you. That's to keep you alive. You're not designed, as powerful as you may feel sometimes, or empowered as you feel. You're not designed, you don't make enough for everybody, okay? You make enough for yourself. They have their own currency, whether it's from source or from people or in their environment, and they can help themselves, okay? They have access to resources. They can make a new choice every day, okay? And if this person is a grown adult and not a child, they absolutely can help themselves, okay? I mean, we've all been in situations where we were down or depressed or heartbroken, or, whatever, tough situations where we've lost people, and we didn't just shrivel up and expect someone else to take care of us. You're strong. And it's that strength that they are attracted to. So even though I said you've been targeted, it's not necessarily consciously targeted. Most of these types of people that I'm talking about that are disconnected from source have no idea that they're disconnected. It's not conscious. They tend to get angry a lot. It's always something outside of them that is limiting their happiness. Okay? And it's just simply not true. Don't fall for it. It's not true. So I just wanted to clear that up in case any of you thought that was a little scary to hear that you've been targeted. I don't mean consciously necessarily targeted, but stop wasting time with these people because you're missing someone else that may come along that is going to be your dream person, right? So I hope you enjoyed this. If you'd like to schedule a session with me, go to my website, www.dinaleewoodall.com, and just hit the schedule button, and you can schedule a 90-minute session with me. Everything is recorded that we talk about, and I also do a 30-minute follow-up session. So this is about 2 hours worth of reading and coaching, and then I also give you homework to help you align with your divinity. All right, I'm out of here, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and if you're listening on iTunes, thank you so much for listening. I'm out. And I just want to say, if you have a question about anything that I'm talking about today, or you have a question about spirituality or empaths or lightworkers, just post it below the video here. I love to hear from you guys. If I can answer it, I will, or I'll make a video about it. All right, guys. Now I'm really out. Bye.